What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I created these pink Hello Kitty designer nails. I love the way these came out. So as usual, we're just jumping right in to the tutorial. I've prepped my nails off camera. I'm using the long flat square tips that are in my Amazon store as always. I dehydrated with isopropyl alcohol and I went in with 2 coats of this Savillon primer, and I did apply a little bit of pink acrylic on my nails prior to the video, but I also went in with a little bit more primer for extra adhesion. So yeah, I'm doing an all acrylic set. I have these cute little Hello Kitty Louis Vuitton transfer foils, so I wanted to do a Hello Kitty set with them, with like a bunch of cute Hello Kitty charms that I recently bought. So right now I'm going in with this white shade from Macart. It's called Sugar White, and I'm applying it to the tips of these 2 nails right now because these are going to be the nails that I put the transfer foils on in a bit. So I'm getting that ready first, and on this nail I'm using the color Hottie from Acrylic. It's a glittery pink acrylic with like blue reflex in it. It's really pretty. So I'm applying this to the tip of this nail because I'm also going to be doing an ombre on this nail as well. You kind of have to work with this color to like spread it out so it comes out evenly. And now I'm going to be doing a marble with 2 colors from Nail by John. I'm using I Pink You Lying and Pop That Pink. At first you couldn't really see the marble, but I kind of had to start adding the colors individually. Normally I dip a bead like in one color and the other color and put them on the nail at the same time, but since they're kind of similar, well, they both kind of marble, so you can't really see the difference. So I just started going in and adding like little beads of each color and like mixing them together, if that makes any sense. I'm also putting a little bit of that Hottie glitter from Acrylic, like just like running through the marble just to give like a little bit of glitter reflex on the nail. But as you can see, I'm adding in some light pink here just so you can see the difference between the 2 colors. And I am working with the colors wet because you get like a better marble that way, in my opinion. So yeah, I feel like it's best to work with small beads. If you had colors that weren't as similar, you can like dip your brush into one color and then the other color and put them on the nail at the same time. But like I said, these colors kind of marble, so it was not really giving the right effect that it was supposed to. So these are the foils that I'm going to be using. They're super cute. I love the little Hello Kitty design with the Louis Vuitton. So right now I'm basically kind of like mapping out where I want to put them on my nail and like cutting a piece. I probably could have cut a smaller piece, but I wanted to make sure I had enough of the print, like in case I wanted to like move it around on the nail. So I'm using some Macart foil gel. I'm just painting over the white right now, and then I'm going to cure that in my lamp for 60 seconds. And after I cure, I'm going to wait a couple seconds before I put the foils on the nail. It gives it time to get tacky, and there will be like a little bit of a yellow tinge right when you take your nail out of the lamp, but that does go away. I was a little worried at first, but yeah, it does go away. So yeah, after the nail becomes tacky, you're going to want to place the foil on your nail. Make sure you have it in the right spot before you put it down, because after you put it down, there's no taking it off. And I use a little silicone tool to burnish the foil onto the nail, and then you just kind of like lift it off, and yeah, there you go. It's pretty simple. I was going to add like another little shape here, but like I guess the tackiness went away, so I was like, forget it. I actually ended up having to do this nail over again because when I went to go do the ombre, the monomer did kind of like affect the ink from the foil, and it started to fade it on one of the nails. So I do recommend sealing the design with a top coat before you go in and encapsulate it. That's what I kind of forgot to do because I haven't really done acrylic with foils in like forever. But yeah, this foil gel works really good. Like, you barely have to press down on the foil and it transfers so easily, no matter like what foils I use. So now I'm doing the ombre. I'm using Jasmine Torres Queen Pink for the top color on this ombre. So I usually start with a bead like right at the smile line, a little bit above that, and kind of blend it down. Then I go in with another one over that and blend it over the previous bead into the tip. But as you can see, it still needs a little bit more blending because this pink is slightly sheer, but you can build it up. So I'm going to place a bead right there where the tip and the natural nail meet and blend it up and down a little bit, and that will give me that fade. But as you can see, the Hello Kitty design started fading because of the monomer. So I went ahead and top coated over the nails, but off camera I decided to actually do the nail on the pointer finger over again because I really didn't like how faded the Hello Kitty head was. So I do end up fixing that later on. But yeah, just ignore that for now. But yeah, as you can see, adding that small bead just blended it so much better. And I'm going to do the same thing on the pinky. So I'm also going to be doing an ombre on this nail with the same color. Like I said, this color is a little bit sheer, so you do have to kind of work with the acrylic to get like a really good blend, especially where the tip and the natural nail meet. I always apply the last bead there and like brush it up and down, and then you get a really nice blend. But other than that, like the colors blend very well. You just have to, like, you know, work with the acrylic. So as you could see, I fixed the Hello Kitty design on this nail. So now it's not like faded looking or anything. I just felt like I had to fix it because I was just thinking of like the end result. Like, you would really be able to see that it was faded, and the whole like point of the set was for the Hello Kitty designer foil, and I didn't want to have to like cover it up because I wanted it to be shown, obviously. So I just went ahead and like followed it off and like did it again. And I actually like the way it came out better the second time, so it works out. But yeah, I'm encapsulating with Mia Secret clear acrylic right now. So as you can see, I went in with 2 beads, one to build up the free edge and then another one to build up the apex. This nail was a little bit thicker anyway because I had to go in with a little extra pink to do the fade after I filed it off. So I didn't really have to add as much acrylic up by the nail bed area. On that nail, normally I do a 3 bead method, but I just did 2 beads and then added another one by the tip just to thicken it up a little bit because there was like a little dip there, and it worked out. And then on this nail, I'm just doing my usual 3 bead method to build up the nails and adding acrylic if I need to. So I'm adding the first bead at the free edge to build that up, and then the other 2 beads, I use those to build my apex, and I make sure to work with the beads until they pretty much set, so that they stay in place and don't run off to the side, causing your shape to widen. I hate when that happens because then like when I go to file, it's like I sit there for like hours filing. So it saves time when you actually work with the acrylic and like pat the sides and the tips of your nail to help keep the shape the best that you can. And yeah, like I said, I always just like look at the nail from the side if I need to add in any more, but usually I just stick with the 3 bead method because it's pretty easy. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and shape up these nails. I'm using my Melody Susie MR5 nail drill and my Melody Susie pink dust collector. For this set, I didn't want them to be super long because I kind of wanted to be able to function without like hitting my nails on everything. On my last set, they were really long, and yeah, I needed a break. I do my length depending on my moods, so today I felt like just having regular long nails and not like extra long nails. But I love this length. This is like the perfect length to me. It's not too long and it's not too short. I feel like it's like just, yeah, the perfect length. So yeah, these nails weren't really that bulky. Just the one on the pointer finger, I had to file that down a little bit because like I said, I had to go in with a little extra acrylic on that one because the Hello Kitty design got messed up. But after filing it, it was fine. So I usually start around the cuticle and I file around the cuticle area. And to make sure your cuticle area is sealed, you can kind of like use your nail to feel around the cuticle, and if it snags something, you know, you have to seal it. I can pretty much tell by looking at it, but in case you're having trouble with that, I always like to mention that because not a lot of people tell you that, and it took me the longest to figure that out. One of my instructors in school actually taught me that, so yeah, that was like a lifesaver because I was like, the cuticle area was like my struggle for the longest time. But once I got that down pat, it was like on and popping after that. So yeah, usually I start by going around the cuticle and then I just smooth over the nail. But yeah, as you can see, when I turn my nail to the side, I have a little hill for the apex, and then the nail gets gradually thinner towards the free edge. And then when you look down the barrel of your nail, you should have like the side walls be the thinnest part of your nail. So there should be like no bulk along the sides. And you always want to file any product or anything from underneath the nail. I always file like right under the tip to give a little bit of a curve. Even though these nail tips are flat, I just like a tiny bit, like kind of like half of a C curve, but not really because I'm not big on C curves, but I feel like it just completes the look, if you know what I mean. Just to have like that little, you know, like half C shape at the tip of your nail. And I did want to mention that you always want to keep your drill moving when you're filing to avoid like causing damage to your nails. Now I'm going to take my hand file and shape them up to get a really nice crisp shape. I like to do this after debulking because I feel like the shape comes out really nice and sharp and it lasts way longer. So I'm taking the bulk off the sides right now of my nails by holding my file straight and filing along the sides. And you just keep doing that until you're satisfied like with how wide your nails are, basically. That's how I look at it. And then to taper in the tip, because I'm doing like a tapered square, I hold my file at an angle and then just file in towards the tip. And then to file the free edge, you can hold your file at an angle and file straight across, but make sure you keep like alternating sides to avoid your shape coming like uneven. And sometimes you might have to take the hand file and file over the surface of your nail to kind of like, you know, remove any bumps or anything, or sometimes underneath the nail if you have some like plastic from the nail tip. You just want to make sure you're looking at all sides of your nail because it really matters in the end result. You want to make sure you get everything filed really nicely. I always like double check myself to make sure that my shape is really neat. I'm like a perfectionist when it comes to my shape. I like it to be a certain way, so I make sure that it looks really nice and neat. And then you always want to make sure you buff out any scratches before you go ahead and do your nail art or your top coat. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and apply my charms using some rhinestone gel. I'm kind of flash curing here and there as I'm applying them so that the charms don't slide around on the nail, because if you leave them on the nail without curing, they'll slide around. So I'm just doing like a little flash cure here and there to make sure they stay in place. But yeah, I have all these really cute little Hello Kitty charms. I went in my charm box and found like every version of Hello Kitty that I could to put on my nails, because why not? It's cute. I love Hello Kitty. Like, I do Hello Kitty on my channel a lot, but I just love it because it's so cute. So yeah, I have a few different charms. I have some little Hello Kitty heads with a bow, like different kinds. I also have one with like a dress and a bow. I also have some little Hello Kitty figures that are all glittery that I recently found, and some little heart charms. So yeah, I'm using all of those. They will be linked in my Amazon store if you guys are interested in any of these charms, so go ahead and check the description box for the link. I would appreciate if you guys did purchase through my links. It would help support the channel. And yeah, after I apply my charms, I go ahead and top coat with the Nail Reserve LA No Wipe Top Gel. And that is pretty much all for this set. I love the way they turned out. Hope you guys like them too. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe before you leave and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload a video every week. And if you're not following me on Instagram, TikTok, make sure you do that so we can stay connected on there. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you guys.